Do you think women in tech have to undergo objectification?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, even the employees, the female employees, they know this at this point. And it's not just in tech, female objectification exists anywhere, everywhere. And uh, I mean, haven't like you as if like you're a woman, haven't you ever gotten comments which would like in which speak of objectification? Which like
Mm-hmm.
haven't you received messages where people are like objectifying you, treating you like an object? So it exists everywhere, and ex tech is not a left out field as well. Female objectification exists in this field too. In fact, I don't like to speak of this. I have I have employees. I'm surrounded with male employees who um, talk about um, you know see I already feel uncomfortable saying this because as I said earlier, I usually talk about work with my employees, so which obviously means that I have never objectified anyone, and not saying that I don't know. I'm just saying that I never talked about these things, but I am definitely surrounded with people, especially male employees who talk about like as if, getting along with a woman is like achieving a trophy. It's like um, getting a reward or something. And I don't understand it because see, this interview is becoming more about me and myself because I'm more focused on the work, never really cared about other things in my life. But it happens. To answer your question, it happens, and the people and the female employees are aware of this, and there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, are you really going to change the way people think? Is it possible? I don't think so. And like all you can do is have some guidelines, have protocols, rules and regulations, some posh related like prevention of whatever policies, but it's not going to do anything. I mean, you cannot change the way a person thinks. It's not unchangeable, but it is stiff. Okay, it's not it's like targeting the way a person thinks about other things. So it is really not changeable. And had I been in such a position, had I been and maybe I'm not saying that had I been a woman, I'm saying had I been at such a position where I am being objectified, I would live along. I would go with it. I mean, though if you can't solve a problem, I personally would not even respond to the problem. It is also a solution, kind of. Not responding to a problem that is really unnecessary is also like a solution to that. So that's my twisted intuition or twisted interpretation of the this whole scenario that you described to me.
As you're celebrating women in tech this week, do you think we should be doing more? Like creating more awareness? What do you think about this?
Well, I don't think that we should bring more awareness to uh, this topic, women in tech. I mean, just by calling it women in tech, just by celebrating, this special week or whatever you call it, women in tech, I think rather instead of creating awareness, isn't it creating the opposite of whatever awareness would be? It's basically like we are celebrating a minority, which I understand. It is minority. I mean, I already said it that the ratio is decapitated, but we're like we're giving it unnecessary weightage. People who are working in tech are working because of their skills. I'm not, and I don't speak for all the companies here, especially for the companies who hire people through special reservations or whatever. But for the companies who don't, I'm saying that the people who are working in those kind of companies are working because of their talent. They're working because they had, they could code well, they learned about programming, they learned about the basics, fundamental of computer science, and they got into the job and they deserve it. So if you're like, making it like a special thing that let's celebrate women in tech. I don't, and I don't, I'm not trying to be pessimistic. Okay. Really what I'm trying to do is, I think, more optimistic that we need to celebrate everybody in tech, not just women. And if we want to highlight, of course, we can make highlight that this person has achieved this, this woman has written this algorithm or whatever. But um, I don't think if it does anything, it hurts inequality. And now I also understand the type of comments that, well, inequality has been prevalent since decades. So I also need to tell you that talented people don't believe in creating inequalities. If there were inequalities in the past time, I mean, if we really want to go into the like the medieval period, okay, the ancient times, if there was inequality among men and women, I don't think talented people were behind that. Powerful people were behind that, maybe, okay, but not every talented individual is powerful because the only power talented people have is their talent. But powerful people they have powers which are beyond um like the regular talent. If you understand what I'm trying to convey. So people who are like intelligent, smart, they never go for creating a divide. They are more about uniting other people and also creating a competition among themselves, of course. So that is what I have to say on this topic.